Hey, I'm Lisa. I'm an artist. I'm currently living in Berlin, and I got the great opportunity to exhibit in the Austrian Cultural Forum here in Bratislava. As you can't be here right now, I would love to give you a little tour through my exhibition. The exhibition explores the oddity of everyday digital spaces, and it's an analog interpretation of the digital space. Since March 2020, we've all intensely been using video conferencing software. It's software like Teams, Zoom, or similar. We all know that, and we've all spent a lot of time there. And it kind of turned our public space into a digital space. But what this software gives us as a special effect or as an opportunity are backgrounds. And those backgrounds are a layer that is therefore put onto our public space. The exhibition itself reverses the experience that you have in the digital space. In the digital space, there is a limitation in resolution, for example. We can only go as far to the objects that we want to explore in someone else's space, and it's limited by the resolution of our screen. In comparison here in the exhibition, we recognize some objects. It's objects made from casted fabric or keyboards, and we can decide for ourselves to go closer and further away and decide the distance that we have to the objects and decide about the details that we want to explore. Usually within the video conferencing software, the viewer is very passive, and the one who speaks is the one that is breaking through this background, because it's the one moving and the one that's very close to the screen. So that's kind of what decides what is visible. Now in the exhibition, we're the ones moving around in the space, and therefore that gives us the opportunity to actually explore that space. Exhibition is like a full experience. We see some objects, but we also see big curtains and fabric, and the colors are matching, and at first it doesn't really make sense, but as you move through the space, you will see that the objects hanging in the space suddenly also start to disappear within the background. So we kind of recognize what was happening within a video conferencing situation where the background suddenly swallows an object that is in the space. The objects are, we can recognize certain things. There is a keyboard, some things look very soft. They're actually all very heavy and they're all very distorted. And that's how we can imagine in a digital space, because we see the silhouette of a thing, but we don't really know what's happening behind these objects. So that's why the objects that we see here now are very distorted. On the other side of the room, there is a big mirror that you can see yourself in. So it's kind of as you would look into your screen with the camera, and you can see yourself within that space, and you would suddenly pop out within this backdrop as you're moving through that space. So that's the same thing that's happening with the video conferencing software. If you move, you suddenly break through this backdrop, right? While the objects, depending on your perspective, start to disappear and kind of merge or camouflage within the backdrop. I hope you get the opportunity to explore the exhibition and the space. I hope you get the opportunity to find your own way of walking through the space and finding yourself in the space and kind of playing with the objects and the backdrop. And maybe that would kind of give you a new understanding of how you would see and interpret the digital space in the video conference that you do every day now. I would especially like to thank my friends Giliron, Batis Bernard and Nico Mohammadi, alias DJ Durbin, for their help and support and understanding. Without them, I would have never managed to realize this exhibition. Thank you.